What's up, everybody? Phil Blackman with Barbend.com, and today we're going to cover what happened at the 2021 Rogue Invitational. But before we get into that, if you want to see any of the coverage that we had for the Rogue Invitational, just head over to Google, type in Rogue Invitational Barbend, and all of it is going to come up. On October 29th through the 31st, 2021, 40 of the greatest athletes in the world gathered in Austin, Texas to take part of the 2021 Rogue Invitational. The event consisted of 7 events across 3 days. Here were the results for the podiums. On the men's side, Justin Medeiros, he wins the event and the $255,213 prize that goes along with it. Patrick Vellner came in second, and Jeffrey Adler rounded out the podium. For the women, it was Claire Toomey Orr, 5-time fittest woman on earth, takes the win here, her 3rd time taking this title. She goes home also with $255,213. In second place, the 2-time fittest woman on earth, Annie Thorisdottir. Big showing here for Thorisdottir. She walks away with $89,028. And in third place was Gabriella Migala. Justin Medeiros won the title by finishing no lower than 5th in any of the 7 events. This was the first time he was competing at the Invitational, and he bagged the overall win by an 80-point margin ahead of Vellner. This was Toomey Orr's 3rd Rogue Invitational title, but it wasn't without serious competition, as Thorisdottir stayed on the champion's heels and was even the overall leader going into the final day of competition. The final event, known as the Duel, was performed in a bracket tournament format style, where all the competitors participated in heats. Each heat eliminated the slowest times and advanced the higher performers until the field was reduced to 5 men and 5 women. Toomey Orr barely hung on to the overall lead against Thorisdottir, and the title would come down to whichever athlete placed better in the final event. Thorisdottir struggled with the sandbag and finished 5th in her heat. As a result, she failed to advance to the finals. The final 5 athletes were Barnhart, Daniel Brandon, Kristen Holta, Toomey Orr, and Laura Horvath. Horvath and Toomey Orr moved on to the final 2, which clinched the overall victory for Toomey Orr. She then defeated Horvath in the final showdown. The 2021 Rogue Invitational promised fans of CrossFit a show and delivered in spades. The top players from the 2021 CrossFit Games showed up and showed out on the field. There were also strong performances by Vellner, Thorisdottir, and more, which means that CrossFit isn't a 2-athlete game by any means, even though right now it seems Toomey Orr and Medeiros are dominant. It remains to be seen if the individual athletes from the Invitational will be able to unseat Toomey Orr and Medeiros come the 2022 CrossFit Games, but anything could happen. The 2021 Rogue Invitational Strongman competition is in the history books, and the champion is 2019 World's Strongest Man Martins Licis. Licis defeated 2021 World's Strongest Man champion Tom Stoltman, who finished in 2nd, and the 2020 World's Strongest Man Alexei Novikov, who finished 3rd overall. The 2021 Rogue Invitational was Licis' first contest back since the 2020 Arnold Strongman Classic, due to having to recover from numerous injuries. His return to the sport resulted in the best possible finish. Here were the final standings. In first place, Martins Licis with 45 points, followed by Tom Stoltman in 2nd and Alexei Novikov in 3rd. Licis earned the largest prize purse in the history of the sport, a whopping $133,351. Heading into the final event of competition, as is usually the case with strongman competition, involves stones. This was the inverse stone over hitching post, which, unlike the Adler stones, the inverse stones are more oddly shaped, as they are not perfect spheres. Each man was tasked with lifting the 5 stones over a 50-inch high log. The weights were 275, 300, 365, 400, and 420 pounds. With a 2-minute time cap per single man heat, the athlete who lifted the most stones in the fastest time won, and no tacky was allowed for this event. Tom Stoltman, known as the King of the Stones going into the event, but Licis is also skilled in the event and specifically practiced the one motion in training. All he needed to do was place 2nd or higher, and Licis would be the champion. Ultimately, he was the last to go. Licis knew exactly the time that he had to beat, and he did. He finished all 5 stones in 24.45 seconds to take the overall title. Tom Stoltman, also a blistering time. He finished all 5 stones in 30.08 seconds, and JF Caron was the last man to actually complete all 5 stones. He performed it in 43.51 seconds. Licis also set a Thor hammer world record in the Rogue Record Breakers event to cap off an absolutely incredible weekend. So there you have it. That's the 2021 Rogue Invitational Strongman Contest. Martins Licis' big return takes the win. Stoltman in 2nd and Novikov in 3rd. I'm Phil Blackman for Barbend.com. Thanks for watching.